when you begin to get the split, that's where you hold your ground. And that's what the Pioneers did yesterday against the Niagara Ironbacks, the game on Sunday. They split that series. They lost game one. They came back with vengeance in game number 2 to get a 14-3 win over the Ironbacks. And that is what they hope to continue throughout the week as they have back-to-back-to-back-to-back. It's going to be a long stretch here of baseball for the Pioneers with no breaks in between. And it all starts with a game here today at the historic Dunn Field. Anthony Labate here inside the booth taking you through the action here today between the Elmira Pioneers and their foe for this contest, the Geneva Red Wings. And speaking of those two teams, let's take a look at the West Division standings. So far this season, Batavia, they've been lighting up the scoreboard. 12-3 on the year. They're in first place. Jamestown, they're 11-5. They've lost 3 in a row. Still waiting to play their next game. Have to see where they end up moving from there. Auburn, they were 8-2 at one point. Now down to 9-5. They have had some struggles. They have to figure out what they're going to do moving forward, especially after that big win over the Elmira Pioneers just a little less than a week ago. Elmira, they're 8-6 right now, but on their tail is Niagara Falls. They're 8-8, followed by Niagara, Canada. The Ironbacks, they're 7-9. And what they did by winning here in Dunn Field on Sunday was they jumped over Olean. Olean falls to 7-9. They're in 7th place. Geneva, they're not out, but they need a big stretch here. They're coming in at 4-10. Newark, they're 1-12 on the season. And for the Pioneers, they look to get things moving with the man on the mound. You can see the score of that game yesterday on our bug here. I can fix that real quick for you folks. It was 14-3. The Pioneers were able to take the victory, and it was some big innings that allowed them to get through. And includes the man playing second base today, Tyler Adamo, who got through that one. We'll talk a little bit more about him when we get to the batting side of things. But for right now, it's going to see how the Pioneers get things moving with the start of this one. Zach Nelson's on the mound. The last time he was out, it was in that game here at Dunn Field against the Newark Pilots that ended up going to the 9th inning where the Pioneers walked it off 11-10. Zach Nelson was not credited in that game, so he was neither a win or a loss for him. But in that contest, he ended up throwing 5 innings. So he's getting ready to go, and he's going to have to go against the leading batting average man for the Red Wings, who hits that high in the air. That's Connor McGow. It goes towards center field. Backing up for that one is Brett Baker, and that's how we get things started here. 1 pitch, 1 out. Pioneers get the first one down, and we start things at 6:35 p.m. Now up to bat comes Christian Bermudes, who's looking to try and get out of what he's sitting in a slump for. He's batting 1 for 12 so far on the season. Have to see how this changes. Zach Nelson already got ahead with that first out over McHugh. The first pitch, that one swung on a miss for strike number 1. Last time these two teams faced off, it was a walk-off for the Pioneers. They were able to get the run rule in that one, 11-1 over the Geneva Red Wings. Tommy Cheplick was the one who crossed home plate to get the final one on a pass ball. So have to see how things may change with this one. That one's up high on the 0-1 count from Nelson. It's now 1-1. Zach Nelson, the right-handed pitcher, he's been a guy who is focused on home as they pause for a second here so that the batter can fix his elbow pad. The strap fell off. They'll continue to do so here. 1 out after 1 pitch. It's a 1-1 count. The throw, that one swung foul. Too early there from Bermudez. 1-2 coming in. Behind the dish today, Ryan Jones. Nelson kicks and deals. That one gets the corner for strike number 3. It's a strikeout look in there coming from Nelson, and that's his first punch out of the day. In that last game against Newark, he was only able to get 2 of them. So far, he's gotten halfway to that mark. Zach Nelson commanding the strike zone. And has only gone through 5 pitches so far. Now up to bat comes John Mendola. He's batting .400 on the year. He's the extra hitter for this contest. Nelson steps and deals. That one, not there. It's going to go for a ball. The infield for this contest is going to be Alex Davis playing third base. Michael Gardner stays at shortstop. Tyler Adamo's at second. Jalen Tidwell moves to first as the 1-0 pitch goes outside for ball 2. Tidwell moved to first base for this one. Interesting move there. The outfield's one that you're going to be familiar with. It's Tubman in left, Baker in center field, and Caleb Delaney in right. And as I mentioned, Ryan Jones is doing the catching for Zach Nelson. That one's hit towards the right field, and it's going to drop in there for the first hit of the day, coming from John Mendola. The 400 hitter improves his averages, and it's one man on for the Geneva Red Wings. As Michael Ucci now steps up, I mentioned how McGow was one of the leading batters for the Red Wings team. Ucci is up there as well. He's batting .625 on the season. Of course, limited sample size from that. Have to see how that affects. 2 outs, man on first. The throw from Nelson. That one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards third base. Davis gets down and steps on it. He throws up high towards Tidwell. It'll go way too high over his head. The ball does not go out of play, though, so it's still in there. Turning as if he's going to go for home and does not do so there is Mendola. So an E5 will allow for man on second and man on third. Defensive woes continue for the Pioneers. And it was just an overthrow there of Tidwell from Alex Davis. Causes men to be in prime scoring position going up against Noah Company. Company played in that last game against the Elmira Pioneers. And he looks to continue on his way through this one. And that game against the Pioneers, he ended up getting substituted out, but he got a single where he was able to steal a couple bags. The throw from Nelson, that one's high. It's ball number 1. 1-0 out count coming in here for Company. He's got Mendola on third base and Ucci on second following the error on the third baseman. The 1-0. That one swung on a miss. Too early there from man wearing 1-7. And that will be a 1-1 count coming in now. Here. Noah Company coming out of Leroy, Illinois. Trying to keep things moving here as Zach Nelson's throw. That one's hit off the end of the bat. It heads towards left field. Getting underneath that one and making the routine grab is going to be Jack Tubman to get out of the inning. It's one hit for the Geneva Red Wings, but they're not able to score. They leave 2 on. It's 0-0 as we head to the bottom half of the first. Coming up right after this. Back here for the bottom of the first, and let's take a look around the starting line here. It's Tyler Adamo starting things off at second base. He remains in the leadoff spot. Brett Baker follows him. Then it's Jack Tubman at third in the 3-hole. It's Jalen Tidwell, he's playing first base today. His first time at first. He's there at the 4. Alex Davis is 5. Nick Spanner in the 6 hole. Michael Gardner stays at 7. A.J. Lugo at 8. Ryan Jones at 9, trying to get his bat back into things. And Caleb Delaney, red hot, he stays in the 10 spot. And Tyler Adamo now steps up to the plate, and I was mentioning just how good he did in that second game against Niagara. He had 6 RBIs in that one. He's looking to try and bring that offensive prowess into this one. The first pitch, he shows bunt. He starts running. That one goes right back over to the pitcher, Hudson, who throws it on over to first, and in time for the out. So an easy 1-3 gets things going. And the first out against the Pioneers. Brett Baker now steps up. And let's talk about this pitcher for the contest. It's Nolan Hudson. This is going to be his second game started. He's got an 0-1 record on the season with a 7.59 ERA. He's gone through 10 1/3 innings. Hossman was the one who got the catch on that one. Now here it goes Brett Baker. The first pitch, that one is high for ball number 1. Brett Baker, he played in that game against Geneva before. He went 2 for 2. He had a triple in that one, 2 RBIs, and a pair of walks on his name, as that one goes a little too far inside. It's a 2-0 count now coming for Baker. Big thing for Baker as well. He's looking to extend his on-base streak. He's got 10 games so far with that. Trying to see if he can go any more. That one is hit off the end of the bat. It heads towards left field. Getting underneath that one, trying to make the catch there is going to be Lucas Marsh, and he does so for the second out. So not able to extend it there, but he's still got some opportunities on the day. Jack Tubman now steps up to the plate to take things forward. Jack Tubman batting .278 right now. Trying to get on base. He's one of the leaders in on-base percentage for this team. He's going at .417. So about 42% of the time that he comes up to plate, he's getting on, and he's trying to do that here against Hudson. The first pitch, that one is well upstairs, ball 1. For Nolan Hudson, getting this early start where he can mow down the Pioneers is going to be crucial for the right-hander, especially as the lineup continues. That one is right down the middle for strike number 1. And Tubman, he looks to try and get this one moving. As I mentioned, he was 0 for 3 in that last game against Geneva. Trying to change his fortunes here. That one is swung on a miss there for strike number 2. 1-2 count coming in now for Jack Tubman. Hudson, not normally a strikeout pitcher. He's got 12 on the year, though. Trying to make that 13. The 1-2 coming on. The throw. That one's hit off the end of the bat. It heads towards left field. Marsh starts chasing back for that one. That one's going far, deep, and it's gone. Jack Tubman's got his first home run of the season. An absolute moonshot by Jack Tubman. Heads over the Kennedy valve sign in left field. And we've seen one before from Michael Gardner. Jack Tubman puts one on the board. And the Pioneers take an early lead. Round all 4, Jack, you got the lead for the Pioneers. It's 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first. That's a way to get out of a cold streak if you're the batter. And Tubman does so brilliantly. As now up to bat comes Jalen Tidwell. Every single game he's played this season, he's been able to get on base. And after a home run there, you have to worry about, is Hudson going to be a little bit out of his element on this first pitch? The first pitch to Tidwell, that one's high above his head. Tidwell doesn't even move. 1-0 now. Tidwell has done such a great job this season when he needs to, getting on base by those extra base hits. He had a triple yesterday in the game the other day against Niagara. Next pitch, that one's also upstairs. So 2-0 count following the home run hit by Jack Tubman. That was absolutely crushed. I will make a note. The wind is blowing in center field over there. However, it's not in such a way that that ball wouldn't have gotten out. He absolutely smoked that one. The 2-0. That one's hit hard by Tidwell. It heads towards left field. Going back for that one is Marsh. He's running backwards. He's got no room to go. And it's going to be another one. Jalen Tidwell is going to round the bases. And it's a home run party here at Dunn Field. The second he hits home, it's going to be 2-0. As he gives the high five to Coach Drum, Jalen Tidwell, every single game you've played, you've gotten on, and for good reason. Absolute smoked there by Tidwell, and there was nothing that Marsh in left field could do but watch it. 2-0 Pios lead here in the bottom of the first. And after the quick 2 outs by Hudson, it has not gone his way. Now up is Alex Davis to take one through. The Pioneers have gotten their second and third home runs of the entire season. That was the first 2 home runs that Hudson has let up. That one goes on the ground there by Davis. The throw outside, it's not even going to be close. A single comes in there for Alex Davis, and the Pioneers' bats have gotten red hot against the Red Wings. As I mentioned, Hudson had not let up a home run all season. He gives up back-to-back home runs against Jack Tubman and Jalen Tidwell. As now up to bat comes Nick Spanner to try and build on this lead. It's 2-0 currently, Pios, here in the bottom of the first. 3 hits so far, 2 of which being long balls by Tubman and Tidwell. The third one coming off the bat of Alex Davis. The throw back over to first base is not going to be in time. Hausman gives it back. Nick Spanner, he's gone in 1 West Division game so far. He's 2 for 3 in that one. That was against Niagara the first game. As that one's hit on the ground, it heads towards the shortstop. He grabs that one. He tries to throw it over to Hausman. That's going to be off target as well. The throw by Jackson Slater, not in time. That one's going to be ruled an error there, so it's going to be an E6, and it's 2 men on now. Michael Gardner now steps up to plate. He's going to get ready to try and get on here. His OPS is currently sitting at 734. That's your on base plus your slugging. And as I mentioned, we have seen a home run already here at Dunn Field before. That was by Michael Gardner. And you know who it was against? It was against the Geneva Red Wings. So he looks to do that one again here. With 2 men on, Pioneers currently lead 2-0. 2 outs started off from Adamo and Baker. That one goes in for a strike. Gardner held up. Great job so far by the Pioneers' bats. And if you look at the statistical categories for the Pioneers when hitting, they're generally just around the middle, if towards the bottom half of the league. And right there, that's what they can show when their bats get hot. The 0-1, that one is high. It's a 1-1 now coming for Michael Gardner. The batting average for the Pioneers entering into today was not necessarily one that would be too flashy. They were batting just .262. And so far, they've been able to show a lot more life at the plate. As the pitch comes in there, that one goes for a strike. It's a 1-2 now. Two runs scored so far by the Pioneers on back-to-back home runs. 2 men on now with 2 outs. It's a 1-2 count coming for Michael Gardner. Nolan Hudson is trying to get out of this inning without any more damage to the Red Wings. That one is swung on and missed for strike number 3, and that will end the side. So 2 home runs coming from Jack Tubman and Jalen Tidwell put the Pioneers in the lead. It's 2-0 as we get ready to enter into the top half of the second here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, ServU Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Back here for the top half, of the second inning. 2 runs scored in the bottom half by the Pioneers. And how did they do that? Well, it was 2 swings of the bat from Jack Tubman and Jalen Tidwell. Both hit balls that went over the left field fence here at historic Dunn Field. And I should make note, that fence is not short at all. It goes up well high, and the distance is well over 340. So absolute smoke shots there by the 2 of them. And the Pioneers have the lead. As coming up now is going to be Andrew Hosman. He's the first baseman for the Red Wings. And on the season, 2 for 19. Trying to get things moving. Get maybe the second hit of the day for Geneva. Zach Nelson remains on the mound with a 2-run cushion. The first pitch, that one is inside, ball 1. For Nelson, that is a big relief that he gets, having that sort of lead against the other team, as that one is swung and missed, swung well too early on the changeup. 1-1 count now coming in here for Hausman. And Nelson, once again, he was not credited with anything in that game against Newark. In a game where he pitched well there, he only allowed 3 runs. He threw 5 innings. But it was just another comeback chance from Newark that got him so close to get their first victory. They were not able to do so, though. That one's hit high into the air. It heads towards right field. Caleb Delaney is going to go on and get underneath that and grab it for the first out. 1 down here in the top half of the second. Pioneers have the lead 2-0. As up to bat now comes Jackson Slater, the shortstop for this contest. He was credited with the error earlier on the throw over to first base. So he looks to get ready to step in here. As Nelson gets ready. First pitch. That one swung. It goes towards right center. It's going to seem like it drops, and it does do so. It splits in between the triangle of the defenders, and that's a single for Jackson Slater. First man on now in the second inning for the Red Wings, and it comes by an outfield single there of Jackson Slater. Now Ben Buxton steps up, and he gets ready to go forward here. He's the catcher in this contest, and he wants to get on top of Nelson as he's let one on. The righty-lefty matchup coming up now. The pitch, that one's outside. Jones stands up and grabs that one. As Slater currently occupies first base here for the Red Wings. So far on the season, he has 0 stolen bags to his name. Me trying to get his first one here. That one is fouled back. 1-1 count now, 1 out. Pioneers lead 2-0. First base currently occupied for the Red Wings as Ben Buxton looks to continue this at-bat. The 1-1. The pitch. That one is hit on the ground. It heads towards third base. It gets past Davis, and all of a sudden, a hit into the outfield, and it's going to be the run over towards third base. So stretching the single there is going to be Slater. He moves from first to third on the ground or towards the outfield, and Ben Buxton now occupies first. It's corners currently loaded for the Red Wings. Now up to bat comes Josh Illman. He has yet to get on base this season, but he hasn't had many opportunities. He's 0 for 4 on the year. Batting in the 9-hole today. Looks to try and get on top of Nelson. If he can get a hit on the ground here, an opportunity for Geneva to cut this lead. The first pitch, that one swung on a miss. A steal attempt goes there. Jones throws it. He tags it. It's out of there. The steal attempt there from Ben Buxton does not work, and that's why Jones is so good. He entered into today going 9 for 16 on stolen base attempts. Now he's 10 for 17. Great job by Ryan Jones to get the second out, and the Red Wings did not try a double steal there. 0-1 count, 2 outs. Nelson gets set. He steps. He delivers. That one's high. 1-1. Great defensive play there from Ryan Jones. He's been the secondary catcher for this squad. It's between him and Reed. Dubek, normally the everyday guy. He's not in today. That one's sit on the ground. It heads over towards Davis at third. He takes his steps. He throws over to first. Another high throw. It gets past Tidwell. 1 run will score. On that, they will rule it ahead because it seemed as though Illman was going to get there first, and that is his first base hit of the season. Excuse me, they're correcting that, and I'll get a more score decision, but that'll be his first time on base all year. Great job there by Illman. 1 run scores. It's 2-1. Pio's lead. As Illman goes over to his coach to get the hardware off. Now up to bat comes Lucas Marsh. He's in left field. He mentioned his name on those fly balls out there that went over the fence. He's looking to get things back together. Batting .091 this season. The throw. That one is upstairs, ball 1. I'll get further confirmation about the scorer's decision in between innings here in terms of, is that run credited to Zach Nelson? 1-0. Nelson looks back towards second base as Illman takes his lead. The throw. That one falls into the zone for strike number 1. A very close pitch there. Nelson gets it. Great curveball by Zach Nelson. It's 1-1 now as Illman takes his lead. Adamo shades over in case of a pickoff attempt. The 1-1, the pitch. That one, too low. The spot of the plate was good. The height was not. 2-1 coming for Zach Nelson. He gets set after getting the sign from Jones here in a second. Stepping back into the box there is Marsh. The 2-1. The pitch. That one gets the zone for strike number 2. A good fastball there from Nelson. And now it's 2-2. Trying to get out number 3 before another run scores. It's a 2-1 lead right now by the Pioneers. Give the bats an opportunity to come back up. The 2-2. The pitch. That one is hit on the ground. It heads over to Davis. Davis grabs that one. He goes and tags the runner. They say that he misses the tag. Illman slipped around it. Davis looks around. He doesn't think that was the case. He thought he had the tag. Second base umpire does not agree. So it'll be a man getting on there in Lucas Marsh. There. It was a very close play, but we'll have to see how the Pioneers end up wrapping this. 90 feet away is the tying run. The leading run currently occupies first there in Lucas Marsh. Aylward is over at third, and it's the top of the lineup. It's Connor McCow. He's entered into the day batting .625. Trying to get his hit on the day. He swung on the first pitch that headed towards Brett Baker in center field. First pitch swinging this time. That one's foul for strike number 1. Following the bottom half of the first, where the Pioneers scored 2, Geneva has an opportunity to tie this one back up. The tying run is 90 feet away, over at third. The 0-1 from Nelson. The pitch. That one is high. The throw back over to first. It bounces past Tidwell. That one's going to be an error on Jones, and it's going to be the run scoring. It's a tied ball game. It's 2-2. Moving over to second base is Marsh. It's a 2-2 game now between these two sides. And the third error of the day going against the Elmira Pioneers. So a little bit of sloppy play in the field. It remains 1-1. Going against the batter. Swung on a miss there from a go. 1-2 now coming up, as it's a 2-2 game here between the Geneva Red Wings and the Elmira Pioneers. Missed the throw there from Jones over to first base to try and get the pickoff of Marsh. Marsh will take his lead over towards second. He's got a wide lead there. He's working on the outside of the base path. Nelson looks back. He steps. He throws. That one swung on a miss for strike number 3. Nelson gets the second punch out of the day. Down go the Red Wings, but they end up scoring 2. It's 2-2 now between these two sides. The Pioneers get ready to try and take the lead once again in the bottom half of the second. Bottom 2 here at historic Dunfield Municipal Stadium. Pioneers, they scored 2 in the bottom half of the first. In the top half, Geneva was able to jump on top of the errors by the Pioneers, and they scored 2 of their own. It's 2-2. As coming up now is A.J. Lugo. He's batting 1 for 11 on the season. He did play in that last game against Geneva. He was able to walk twice and was able to score a run, RBI. So he looks to try and get something moving here for the Pioneers following that last half, as that one is upstairs, ball 1. To get a correction on the top half of the inning, the official scoring decision was Aylman reached on an error by the third baseman. So it will not go in the statute as that one's hit high and foul towards us. 1-1. So it will not go on the stat sheet of him getting on base. He's still looking to do that on the season. But the ruling as well with that leads to Zach Nelson has 0 earned runs on the day. There's 2 runs crossed the plate for Geneva. That one swung on a miss there by Lugo. 1-2. The lone hit of the season for A.J. Lugo was a double against Auburn. Lugo, the DH here today. The 1-2 from Hudson. The pitch. That one's hit on the ground. It heads up towards Hudson and now goes over to short. Grabbed there by Slater. He throws it on over to Hausman, and Hausman makes the grab on the reach, and that's the first out. The 6-3 there, and now coming up is going to be Ryan Jones. Ryan Jones, he's played in 6 games this season. Now this will be his 7th. But he is having a little bit of difficulty in terms of getting hits. He's 1 for 14, as it should be noted. Jones, on his swings, though, they've all seemed as though they're not just, dribblers on the ground. They've been hard-hit balls. It's just right place, right time for the fielder. That's not allowed Jones to get there. The first pitch to Jones. That one's inside, ball 1. Jones jumps back on that one. 1 out here, bottom of the second. 1-0 count coming for Ryan Jones. The catcher for the Pioneers is Nolan Hudson. Looks to continue to work. He steps, he deals. That one is swung on the ground. It heads towards the foul territory. 1-1 now coming for Jones. See, he straps everything back together there. The fans in the crowd here chanting, "Let's go Pios," trying to get them back into this one is the throw. That one is right down Main Street for a strike. Jones takes off the helmet. He reads inside. I mentioned before, what he's reading in there is the barcode. What it does is it resets his headspace so that he's not thinking about anything else besides the baseball. The throw on the 1-2. That one's down the middle, and that's the second punch out of the day for Hudson. Goes right past Ryan Jones, and now coming up is going to be Caleb Delaney. And I would make the argument there is not a hotter hitter in baseball right now than Caleb Delaney. He's batting 6 for his last 7, and a bunch of those times he's been just about redefining the 10-hole spot. 2 of those hits have come on infield bunts. He's been able to leg out, so have to see how he approaches this one here. The first pitch from Hudson, swung on there by Delaney, and that one goes foul. 0-1 count coming in now. Difficulty for Delaney in that 10 spot is oftentimes it can be the start of an inning, so no RBIs to his name so far. That one's high. Ball 1. Hudson trying to make this a 1-2-3 inning following giving up those 2 home runs in the first. He looks down towards his catcher. The kick, the deal. That one outside again, 2-1. Ben Buxton down there doing the catching for Hudson. The kick from Hudson. That one goes right down the center for the 2-2 count now. Delaney's batting .583 so far this season. Trying to improve that average. The 2-2. That one's in the dirt low. 3-2 now. A full count with 2 outs. Coming up now. Hudson gets set. He steps. He deals. The payoff pitch. That one's hit on the ground. It heads towards foul territory, though. So it will be a foul ball. Bermudez tried to make a play over there by the area of Coach Drum. Is not able to do so. Would not have mattered, though. It would have been a foul ball nonetheless. Still remains 3-2. Hudson takes his breath and gets ready to get his sign from Buxton. He shakes one off. He shakes 2 off. He agrees with the third. Gets set. The step. The deal. That one's low. Delaney gets on. A walk there puts Caleb Delaney on, and now it goes to the top of the order. Tyler Adamo now steps up. He tried to bunt on his first look. That one went right back towards the pitcher. He was not able to leg it out. And it was an out. Like I mentioned in the last inning, Adamo enters into today with a 3-game hitting streak. Hudson looks down. He throws. That first pitch is going past Buxton. No run there from Delaney. The throw down over to second base was not needed. Delaney stayed on first. It's a 1-0 count. Delaney has not stolen a base this season. Could potentially change that if given the opportunity. Look over from Hudson in the 1-0. The deal. That one is right down the middle for Adamo. He holds up. Coach Drum, he looks towards to get a sign for this next pitch. No shift from the infielders. The outfield is playing pretty dead on. The throw back over. Delaney is back to the bag in time. Got his foot on. Still remains 1-1 for Tyler Adamo. Adamo at second base here today has not had a ball hit his way. Here it goes. The 1-1. That one goes for a strike. Adamo looks like he wishes he had that one back. 1-2, 2 outs. Caleb Delaney currently occupies first base. Pioneers trying to take the lead here after letting up 2 in the top half of the second. The throw back over. Delaney does not get back in time. He's picked off. So Adamo will go back to the dugout, and it's a pickoff attempt. So the men go down in order. A little bit unconventional, but Hudson gets out of that one. We head to the top of the third. It's 2-2 on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahunas, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top 3 incoming here. Pioneers not able to score in the bottom half of the second. Geneva looks to try and get the lead. Zach Nelson remains on the mound. 0 earned runs in this one, following the 2 errors. So far in this contest, Pioneers defense, they had 0 errors in that second game against Niagara, and this one they already have 3. Up to bat comes Christian Bermudez. He struck out his first time looking. That one runs inside, ball 1. So in tough bottom half of the inning, Pioneers looking to bounce back. Not let that 2-run first go in vain. That one is swung on and missed for strike number 1. There. Of course, I like to hold out for when my statistician gives me the notes, so I don't speculate on what is and is not an error with that last inning, because those were some close plays. Davis not able to hit the target over at first. See how that develops throughout this one. It's a 2-1 now coming. That one, check swing, did he go? They say he does. It's a 2-2 now. Very close there. But Bermudez stepped out saying that he did go. 2-2 now. Nelson, the pitch. That one swung foul. Jones not able to squeeze it. Still remains 2-2 here. As Gardner and Adamo are currently playing on the back half of the infield, touching on the outfield grass. And Tidwell has shifted a little bit more over towards second base than he is at first. That one swung and fouled again. Still remains 2-2 here for Bermudez. Like I mentioned in the first inning, he's 1 for 12, now 1 for 13 on the year. Trying to change fortune. 3 hits so far by both sides. The 2-2, the pitch. That one is swung foul. So Bermudez staying alive in this at-bat. He's now fouled off 3 pitches. He steps into the box. Nelson gets the sign from Jones. He kicks. He deals. That one swung on a miss. He gets him to chase on the outside. It's another punch out here for Nelson, his 3rd of the day. And gets the first out of the top half of the 3rd for the Pioneers. And now coming up to bat is going to be Josh Mendola. He had a single in the first inning, the first hit of the day for the Red Wings. Trying to replicate that here. The extra hitter for this one. Nelson's first pitch. That one is going to be a little too low. Ball 1. The shadows here at Dunfield could cause a little bit of a problem as that one's hit on the ground. It heads towards Tidwell. Tidwell grabs it as he's running over to foul territory. He runs forward and he steps on the bag for the second out. Great grab there by Tidwell as he was running towards his left. Steps past the foul line, was able to beat the man out and gets the unassisted play. The U3 there. Now the second out here of the 3rd inning. Up to bat now, Michael Ucci. He reached on an error by the 3rd baseman. And that was able to move Mendola over towards 3rd base and Ucci to 2nd. The 0-0 offering, that one is low. Bounced off the knee pads of Jones. Was able to grab it back. 1-0 now with 2 outs. The pitch. That one. Very close. They say it's just a touch high. 2-0 now. Looked as though, from my vantage point, that it was below the letters, but they say it was just added, and that's too high. The pitch. 2-0. That one, no doubt about that. It's a strike. First strike of the at-bat. Michael Lucci steps back in. He gives that bat forward and gets ready for this one. The pitch. That one is swung on a miss for strike number 2. Michael Lucci is not a guy who normally strikes out. He's got 1 strikeout on the season. Does not want to have his second here against Zach Nelson. The 2-2, the pitch. That one swung on a miss, and that will be his second. And the second punch out of the inning for Zach Nelson to get him out of this one. Top 3 is over. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. It's still 2-2 between these two sides. Tyler Adamo will step up momentarily here in the bottom half of the third, following the bottom second where he was up to bat, had a 1-2 count, but it was a pickoff of Caleb Delaney at first that got out of the inning. 2-2 the score here from historic Dunn Field in Elmira, New York. Pioneers trying to get their 9th win on the season. Geneva trying to inch closer to the 500 mark. They're 4-10 on the year. Pioneers currently 2 games above. They split the series on Sunday against the Niagara Ironbacks. Nolan Hudson remains on the mound. His first offering to Adamo. That one goes for a strike. Like I mentioned before, Tyler Adamo's first trip to the plate was a bunt that the pitcher was able to throw over to first base for an out. That second pitch of this at-bat was too high, ball 1. 1-1 count, no outs. Tyler Adamo, the leadoff man. The throw. That one swung on and missed. Strike 2. Adamo just a little late on that one. 1-2 incoming. The same count that he saw last inning. Hudson sets, deals. That one swung on top of by Adamo, and that'll be a punch out there for Hudson. His 3rd punch out of the day. And now Brett Baker will step up to the plate here. His last time he was up, he flew one over towards left field where Marsh was able to make the grab. Left field active in that first inning. Brett Baker trying to get a knock on the board here for the Pioneers and get the lead back. They were not able to score in the bottom half of the second. That pitch outside for ball 1. Following a 2-run score by the Red Wings. 1-0, no outs. The pitch. That one's hit hard into the air by Baker. It goes towards right center, tracking down that one, and it's going far, but grabbed there in center field by center fielder there in Connor McGow for the second out. Right before the scoreboard, Connor McGow makes the grab. And now Jack Tubman steps up. His last time he was up, it was an absolute smoked baseball to left field, and the team will take a shift over towards left. He hit one right over the outfield wall to give the Pioneers the 1-0 lead. Looking to try and do that again, give the Pioneers the lead. The first offering, that one outside corner for a strike. Like I mentioned, the first home run of the season for Jack Tubman. Second home run for the Pioneers all season. And then they got their 3rd in the next batter. Second strike there. 0-2 count now coming for Jack Tubman. Pioneers have not gotten a hit on the board since the first inning. The 0-2, the pitch. That one swung on a miss there by Jack Tubman. It's another punch out by Hudson. It's a 1-2-3, go the Pioneers. And Geneva looks to try and get back on top in the lead. It's 2-2 here from Dunn Field here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Here for the top of the fourth, what started off as a hitter's delight has turned into a pitching duel between Zach Nelson and Nolan Hudson. Nelson remains on the mound. It's a 2-2 ball game here from historic Dunn Field. Nelson so far in this contest has 4 strikeouts. The 2 runs that were scored were not credited to him. So he's still sitting at 0 earned runs. As the throw down there from Jones. Coming up now to bat is going to be Noah Company. He flew one out to left field earlier that Tubman was able to get a squeeze on and get the out in the first inning. Top 4 of this 9-inning contest here at Dunn Field. Company gets up into the box and gets set to get things going here. First pitch from Nelson, that one outside corner for a strike. Both of these pitchers have started to find where on the outside corner will be most successful, and they have been able to use that to their benefit. The 0-1, the pitch, that one outside, too far outside. Not able to grab that one there. Pioneers continue to work. Wide stance by Noah Company. The 1-1, the pitch. That one's hit hard. It heads towards center field. Trying to grab that one, but not being able to. It's going to drop in front of Brett Baker. It's a single to start things off for the Geneva Red Wings here in the 4th inning. The leading run is now on base for them. And coming up to bat is Andrew Hausman, the first baseman, trying to improve what is a 2-20 streak on the season. 2 for 20 at bat. That's the 4th hit by Geneva in this contest. With that one, they take over the Pioneers in terms of most hits. The pitch. That one looked very close. It seemed as though it was middle, but not enough there. It's ball 1, maybe just a touch too high. The 1-0 count now coming for Andrew Hausman. The throw back over towards first base. Tidwell grabs it, but is not able to apply the tag. Nothing goes there. As I mentioned before, interesting move having Jalen Tidwell over at first base. One of his first schemes at the first base position this season. The 1-0, the pitch. That one drops right on in. The breaking ball gets in there. First strike, number 1. A 1-1 count coming for this right-hander. Wants to get a piece of this baseball and give Geneva the lead. The pitch. That one is hit hard. It heads towards left field. Running for that one is Tubman. He stretches. He is not able to make the grab. The ball just goes past him. All of a sudden, the running begins there. Noah Company's going to sprint all his way from first to home. It's a double for Hausman. And that will put Geneva in the lead. 3-2 now in the top of the 4th, following the RBI double that brought Company all the way home. Very tough play for Tubman out there. Not able to do so. Geneva able to take the lead. The dive looked very close, but Tubman was just not able to get it completely in there. It's coming up to bat comes Jackson Slater. He had a single earlier in this contest. Looking to try and extend the Red Wings. 1-score lead. Nelson looks back. He pitches. That one is swung foul. So that last one will be the first run pinned against Zach Nelson all day. And he looks to try and bounce back after those last 2 big hits by the Red Wings. both into the outfield. The first one there by Company towards center. The second one there by Hausman towards left field. Look back there from Nelson. The throw. That one falls right in the zone. First strike, number 2. So it's now a count in favor of the pitcher, 0-2. Not much more you can ask for as the pitcher, besides the third pitch strikeout. 0-2. Nelson gets set. The pitch. That one is well too far inside. It's a 1-2 now. Hausman is dancing on the base path. As I mentioned before, now he's 3 for 21 on the season. Following that big double there. And that double for him, his first extra base hit on the year. That one's hit right towards center field. It's going to drop. Hausman's going to try and get on his horse and run. Brett Baker not able to make the squeeze there in center field. The throw towards second, the tag. Not in time, though. It's going to be a double there by Slater, and the Red Wings now have a 2-run lead over the Pioneers. 4-2, Red Wings lead, and Slater will get credited with a single, extended to a double on the error. And his second single of the day. It is now 4-2, Geneva. Here in the top of the fourth, still 0 outs by the Pioneers. The pitch, that one's well outside, ball 1. Going against the catcher in Ben Buxton. He got a single himself his last time up, but he then tried to steal second, and what ended up happening? He got caught by Ryan Jones. The 1-0 from Nelson. The pitch. That one is in there for a strike. Belt level gets the first strike of the at-bat, and it's 1-1. 3 hits so far in this inning by the Red Wings. 2 singles and a double. The pitch. That one's hit off the end of the bat. It heads towards left field. Tubman goes, but it drops in front of him. A hit and run there coming in, and that's going to be another single. And scoring from second is Jackson Slater. 5-2, Geneva lead after the first inning saw back-to-back home runs by the Elmira Pioneers. It's going to be a meeting of the mound coming now to discuss a little bit more and get Nelson ready for this. It's, like I mentioned, 5-2, Geneva lead here. As during this mountain visit, why don't we take a look at the standings one more time, and I'll talk about some of the other games happening here in the PGCBL. Batavia and Auburn there in the top of the third. It's 2-2 score right now between the two sides. And I'll correct myself on that one. I just refreshed the page. It's 3-2 Batavia lead at Falcon Park in the top of the fourth. Jamestown, they currently lead 10-1 over Niagara Falls at Sal McGlee Stadium. And the Newark Pilots and Niagara Ironbacks, top of the first, still no score. So man on first right now, still no outs. Top four. Geneva has scored 3 runs here in this top half of the inning. Trying to keep things moving as Josh Ailman is up. He shows a bunt. Nelson will run on that one. The ball runs up to him. He tosses it. It's well too high over Tidwell. As Ailman hit into Tidwell at first, it's going to be a run down here. Gardner. He looks over towards third. He throws it back over. Adamo runs towards the runner. He gets it. He trips him, though, and it's going to allow the man that was at first to score. They're going to credit him, though. They're going to say it's interference by the men on field, and it's going to award Ailman second base. They say Adamo gotten, it seemed like something in the base path. Nelson tries to ask what ended up happening. Coach Drum's going to come out here to have a conversation. I think what Coach Drum wants is his player got tripped, so there's no opportunity to throw home. 4 runs have already scored in this top half of the inning. The other question is, when Tidwell was running out there, the man, Josh Ailman, hit into Tidwell, and that might be what he ended up giving him second base for, but that would have been completely off of the base path. And that's what Tidwell's saying to the second base umpire. He's given his conversation. The umpire's talking with Coach Drum, Nelson, and Tidwell. They're not changing the call, though. Ailman now sits at second base. No one gets out. It's a 4-run lead for Geneva. 6-2 lead. Man on second base now after what was a wonky play there. Moves Ailman over. An E1 got him to first, and it moved him forward. Scoring on that one was Buxton. What a series of events. First pitch there. It goes past Jones, and Ailman will move over towards third base. There. 1-0 count, man on third. 4 runs have scored in this one. And as they switch that over, it was a strike, actually. I should correct myself. 0-1 count, no outs. Man on third. The pitch. That one, too low. Ball 1. What a series of events here as the second base umpire moves the infielders back. The pitch on the 1-1. That one swung foul. Strike 2. The series of events that took place there that allowed Ailman to now occupy third base. That one is swung on a miss. It's a drop third strike. The throw goes over towards Tidwell. He makes the grab, and that's going to be the first out. A strikeout there coming for Zach Nelson. And it's coming up now is going to be Connor McGough. The leadoff man, top of the order. 1 out here. Man on third base. That's Joshua Ailman. That one's hit hard by McGough. It goes towards left side. It's going to be far to the left, foul. A well-ripped ball there by McGough will go for strike number 1. And so what started off today as back-to-back home runs by the Pioneers has all of a sudden shifted. It's 6-2 Red Wings lead. They have run number 7 currently in the weights if he can get home 90 feet away. Here in the top of the 4th, the 0-1, and that one is outside. Ball 1. And just 1 out here. 5 punch-outs so far by Nelson. The 1-1, the pitch. That one hits off McGough. He gets on base by hit by pitch. Hits off his back. Man on first, man on third, and coming up to bat now is Christian Bermudez. He's struck out twice, 1 forward, 1 backward, so 1 swinging, 1 looking. In the contest, 6 runs by Geneva. On 7 hits, they've had 2 defensive errors. For the Pioneers, it's 2 runs, 3 hits, but the big factor, 5 fielding errors. The first pitch, that one's high. It's going to be ball 1. The throw, outside, not in time. Running on home is going to be the man on third, and he is going to get tagged out. So Ailman's not able to get home. The second out comes in there. Great throw by Adamo down to Jones, who makes the tag. So now it's just a man on second base in McGough. The double steal attempt Worked halfway through. Only one steal ended up working. It's a 1-0 count coming here. High pitch against Bermudez. 1-0, 2 outs. Nelson gets set. He looks back over towards second base. The throw. That one's hit high into the air. It heads towards shallow right field. Getting underneath that one, calling it off, is going to be Adamo. He makes the grab, and he gets the out. 4-run score for Geneva in the top half of the fourth. The Pioneers have to look to try and come back into this one as we head to the bottom of the fourth. It's 6-2 Geneva lead here from Dunn Field. Parenting today can sometimes feel like you're way out in left field. Casa Trinity Prevention wants to give you some backup for when those unexpected hits come your way. The Triple P Positive Parenting Program for families is designed to help parents step up to the plate with confidence. Learn skills that will help your family become stronger, healthier, and more resilient. To learn more, visit casa-trinity.org or email shamungprevention at casa-trinity.org. Thank you, Casa Trinity, for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers. Jalen Tidwell now steps up. He had a home run in the first inning that gave the Pioneers a 2-0 lead. But it's been 6 unanswered runs by Geneva, 4 in the top half of the fourth as the first pitch goes outside, ball 1. And that gives Hudson his cushion that he would like to have over this one. Still looking for his first win of the season. That one hits off of Tidwell. And that will move him over to first base. Now up to bat comes Alex Davis. Davis had a single his first time up. He was able to move over towards second base. Following what the man behind him, Nick Spanner, was able to do. That was from an error. As Alex Davis gets ready. The first pitch. That one is right down the middle for strike number 1. It may not all need to come in this inning, but the Pioneers would like to slowly inch back into this one. Have not scored since the first. Hudson continues on the mound. The deal. That one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards the shortstop there in Jackson Slater. He flips it on over towards second base and hits his man in Josh Almont for the fielder's choice. Gets the first out. And Nick Spanner will come up. Alex Davis now replaces Tidwell at first base. As timeout is called. Seems to be a downed Red Wing in center field. He's standing up. The trainer comes running out to see what ended up happening there. It's Josh Almond, who's trying to walk off under his own power. Looks like he is going to be able to do so. It was a tough play there at second base. But have to wait and see here. He Gets his hat back on, and a great job from him to come up on that one. So 1 out here off the fielder's choice. There. As now comes up is going to be Nick Spanner. Yeah, an error that got there. Going to ask for a new baseball here is Hudson. And still remains 1-2 going against Nick Spanner. The wind blows towards right field. It's a well-mounted blow. The flag in center field is remaining in the air as that throw goes inside. Spanner gives that little duck away to get away from that one. 2-2. Beautiful day here in Elmira, New York after yesterday was full of rain. That one's hit off the end of the bat. It heads over towards Slater. He's going to flip it over to Alman. Alman throws over to first, and it's going to be in time for the double play. The squeeze there from Osman, and that's going to be the 3 outs for Geneva. It's still 6-2 as we head towards the top half of the 5th. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, ServU Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets. Well, now urgent arm on the mound for the Pioneers, the Elmira native, Luke Richards, to take things through. This is going to be his first appearance of the season. Here, he comes in relief of Zach Nelson, who only went through 4 innings, 7 hits allowed, no walks, 5 strikeouts, and his final total in terms of runs will be 4. As up to bat now comes John Mendola. He had a single in the first inning, and then it was his last time. It was a hit towards Tidwell that he was able to step on the bag and get through there in the 3rd. So first batter faced for Richards, and the first pitch goes for a ball. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Pioneers looking to hold off Geneva after they scored 4 in the top of the 4th. That pitch, that one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards Davis. Davis grabs it. He steps. He throws over to Tidwell. In time for the out. The 5-3 there from Davis. Not any problem for the first out of the inning. Richards currently just finished his freshman year at Oxford State. Looking to keep things moving. As up to bat now comes Michael Uchi. He got on by an E5 earlier, but then struck out in the 3rd. Uchi's first offering, and that one hits the inside corner for a strike. Righty-righty matchup coming in here. Uchi asks potentially about where looking for. As it's 0-1 count. The pitch. That one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards Gardner. It takes a Strong hop here at Dunfield. The throw to Tidwell in time. Great play there by Michael Gardner for the second out. So 2 ground balls coming here from Richards. Gets to the quick outs. As now coming up is Noah Company. He had a single in the 4th and was the first man to cross home plate in that inning where they ended up scoring 4. Two outs, top 5. Richards gets sad. He gets the sign from Jones. The throw. That one hits the outside corner. Very close. Goes in favor of the arm on the mound. An opposite matchup here. Righty-lefty. 0-1. The pitch. That one a bit too far outside. Ball 1. For Company, that hit was towards center field. It dropped right in front of Baker. The 1-1. The pitch. That one outside again. So each time so far, Richards has been trying to hit from my vantage point, the left side of the plate. 2 times it's gone a little too far out. 1 time it has clipped the corner. 2-1. The offering. Too far again outside. Richards is trying to work that outside, potentially get the lefty batter to chase. Has not been able to do so. The 3-1 now coming. The pitch. That one once again outside towards the right-hand batter's box. And that'll be the first walk of the day for anyone on Geneva. And now coming up, Andrew Hossman. He doubled his last time up. It was RBI double at that. Now an opportunity with a man on, trying to extend the Geneva lead. 6-2. Look over from Richards. He's got that foot firmly planted in the stretch as that one is hit foul. Just a leg that's just fully extended is his stretch motion. Not one that you generally see, but a short one there. It holds off any opportunity of the man at first from running on the pitch immediately. The 0-1, the offering. That one is low. 1-1. And for the Pioneers, they'd like a quick inning that allows them to get back up and try and cut into this deficit. The 1-1, the pitch. That one runs inside. Jumping out of the way there is Hossman. His dugout's telling him we got ice. And he pulls away from that one. A 2-1 now. Coming in. The look back there from Richards. The throwback. The tag and not in time. Back at first base there goes Company, who gets on following that walk. 2-1 count now. Sun continues to set here in Western New York. The pitch. That one is fouled back. It's now a 2-2 count coming in. Richards looks down towards his catcher, waiting for the batter to step in. Just one strike gets the Pioneers out of this inning. Richards deals the throw. That one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards Adamo at second base. He takes his steps. He throws right over to Tidwell. Tidwell makes a squeeze and gets the third out. One man gets on but is not able to score. The Pioneers now have an opportunity to get their bats up. It's 6-2 Geneva lead as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. Pios fans, season tickets are still available for the 2026 season, starting at just $99. You can catch every single home game for your Elmira Pioneers here at the historic Dunn Field. For ticket information, call 607-734-2690. Returning here for the bottom half of the fifth, it's going to be Michael Gardner stepping up. He struck out in the first inning that ended off the rally. Looks to try and get back into this one. Nolan Hudson remains as the pitcher on the day for the Red Wings. Getting ready for the first offering of this bottom half of the fifth. The throw, that one is upstairs, ball one. It should be noted as well, Geneva has not played their man that leads them in hits on the season, J.C. Gamble. The 1-0. The pitch, that one is low. 2-0. Yet the offense has still been able to move. 6 runs on the day. Michael Gardner looks to continue through this one. He has a 6-game on-base streak he likes to keep. The pitch, that one swung on a miss. 2-1. 2-1 count now coming for Michael Gardner. The shortstop, that one is foul tipped backwards on the check swing. Now counts even, 2-2. In favor of the pitcher in Hudson. 2-2 count. The pitch. That one's hit high into the air. It heads towards center field. Rolling back there for that one and going to make the grab in time is going to be McGow for the first out. So one down just like that for Hudson. And coming up now is going to be A.J. Lugo, who grounded over to the shortstop his last time up. And ended up getting out in the second inning. One out here. The first pitch, that one hits the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count now, coming for A.J. Lugo. The pitch, that one swung on and missed. It's strike 2. Oh, 2 count. Coming for A.J. Lugo. Trying to get his second hit of the year. The pitch, that one swung on a miss. 1, 2, 3, down goes Lugo. Want another punch out there from Hudson. That there is going to be his 5th strikeout of the day. Now up to bat, Ryan Jones, another guy who struck out earlier. And watch strike 3 go past him. Trying now to get back. Tries to cross in the dirt and then steps up towards the batter's box. Hudson, ever since that first inning, has not allowed a hit. 2 outs here. The first pitch is outside. He's only allowed 2 base runners. One was on a walk and one was on a hit by pitch. But then it was a pickoff of Delaney, and then it was a fielder's choice followed by a double play. So those other innings have all gone down with 3 batters. 1-1, the pitch. That one is inside. Two 1 and coming now for Ryan Jones. Hudson gets set. He kicks and deals. That one is outside. It's 3-1 now for Jones. Looking to try and get on base. Like I mentioned before, 25% on base percentage. The 3-1 from Hudson. The pitch. That one's hit hard. It heads towards and goes up the gut. It goes towards center field. That's the second hit of the season for Ryan Jones. and he does it there to get the first hit since the first inning for the Elmira Pioneers. Now Caleb Delaney gets up. His last time he was up, he was walked, but then when he was on the base path, he was picked off. Looking to change that here with Ryan Jones on first. Two outs as the sun begins to set. You see the second base umpire cupping his hand around his face. The outside pitch there, 1-0. The lights have been turned on here at Dunn Field. Of course, not doing as much because the sun's still out. Just preparing for when the sun sinks below the fence. And then down for the evening. We thank you for joining us here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network, as that one's fouled back as we cross over the 8 o'clock hour. 1-1 the count. Bottom 5, 2 outs. Caleb Delaney here to bat. He wants to bring Ryan Jones home and cut this deficit of 4 down. Hudson looks, he deals. That one's hit off the end of the bat. It heads over towards Slater at short. He flings it on over towards second base to Alman for the fielder's choice and the third out. Pioneers get a hit but not able to score. It's still 6-2. Geneva leads as we head into the top of the 6th here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top 6 now. Richards remains on the mound as they get ready for the throwdown. Pioneers not able to score after the Ryan Jones single there. As coming up to bat now is going to be Jackson Slater. He has 2 hits on the day, both of which being singles. That second single was extended over to a double on the error in center field. Getting ready now for this one. The first pitch of the at-bat, that one's hit high into the air. It goes towards right center. Is it going to drop? It'll get past the glove of Gardner. And it's going to be another single coming in for Jackson Slater on the first pitch he sees against Richards. Geneva has been able to get such great swings on this ball and continue their work. 6-2, man on first now, no outs. As another guy who got a single that scored a run is Ben Buxton. He has 2 singles on the day. Another guy 2 for 2. Richards deals. That one swung again. It heads towards left field. Tubman runs back for that one. He looks to get underneath that one. He attacks it and grabs it for the out. So 2 pitches. One goes for a single. One goes for a fly out. It's 1 out now. You're on top of the 6th. As coming up to bat next will be Josh Illman, who had a little scare in the field last time when he got rolled over on the attempted turn double play. Good to see that he's okay as he steps up to plate now. 1 out here. Man over at first base is Jackson Slater. First pitch, that one's hit high into the air towards foul territory. Running over for that one is Alex Davis. He heads towards the opposing side's side dugout. He steps back. He grabs it, though. He falls back on that one and grabs it and gets the 2nd out in foul territory. A quick run over to the third base dugout, reaches back and grabs. That's the 2nd out. We thank you for joining us here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. Anthony Labonte taking you through the 9 innings of action here from historic Dunn Field in Elmira, New York. Up to bat now is Lucas Marsh. Marsh so far in this game, fielder's choice, ended up being unsuccessful. It was an attempt to tag the man on running to third by Alex Davis, and then it was a strikeout. 2 outs here. First pitch outside, ball 1. An 8-4 hit discrepancy between these two sides. Geneva leads 6-2. The throw from Richards, that one's hit high into center field. Running for that one is Brett Baker. He's going to call off the right fielder in Delaney and make the grab. Lost his hat in the process, but it does not matter. He gets the 3rd out, and the Pioneers get ready to come up to bat. 6-2, Geneva lead here at Dunn Field. The Elmira Pioneers would like to thank AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment for being the official motorsport provider for the Pioneers. Visit them today at 1699 South Main Street in Mansfield, PA. We'd also like to thank Centralis Health, is the official healthcare provider of your Elmira Pioneers. Next time you need medical attention, make sure you visit Centralis Health for all of your medical needs. Thank you, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment and Centralis Health, for being sponsors of the Elmira Pioneers. Bottom 6 now coming up here. And coming up is going to be Tyler Adamo for another time he starts off an inning. And this time he's coming up following what was an unsuccessful lead single from Ryan Jones. He did get on, but ended up not being able to get home. First pitch high, ball 1. Pioneers trying to cut down this 4-run deficit as that one's hit hard by Adamo. It's a line drive that drops into left field. It almost goes past Marsh. He's able to make his snag on that one with the left hand. And it's going to be a single coming for Tyler Adamo. He extends his hitting streak to 4 games as now he gets on. And coming up is going to be Brett Baker. And Baker would like to extend his streak as well. He's got a 10-game on-base streak on the line here. As well, a 6-2 ball game. Hudson still remains on this mound. Just 2 earned runs to his name. He's in line for the victory if the score holds. Outside pitch, ball 1. Just need to go 5 innings for a victory to be in that decision. That's the starting pitcher. The pitch. That one. Little bit too much up. It's a 2-0 count now coming in. Lights are on here at Dunn Field. Adamo has his semi-lead. The throw back over. Adamo is not picked off. He gets back in time. 2-0 still remains. Adamo has 6 stolen bags on the season. So opportunity does arise for him. Gets sad. The pitch. Outside again. Baker has a 3-0 count. There is now someone heading out towards the bullpen for Geneva to get warm. As it's a meeting on the mound by Buxton and Hudson. Get you a little more information on who's heading out there when it comes to me. 3-0 count for Brett Baker. He's got Tyler Adamo on first base. Have to wonder if Coach Drum gave him the green light and if he has a pitch that he likes. 3-0. The pitch. Shows bunt, pulls back. It's going to be ball 4 anyway, so it'll move him forward. The throw back over to Adamo would not have mattered. So now it's a man on second, man on first. A 4-pitch walk there on Brett Baker. And coming up to bat now is going to be Jack Tubman. Have to remind again what he did in the first inning. He sent a ball skyrocketing towards left field and over the left field fence. If you could repeat that here, it'd cut it down to a 1-run ball game. It is a right-hander warming up over there in the bullpen for the Red Wings. Look back from Hudson. The throw shows bunt too high, ball 1. One 1-0 count. And up now as Manny Esley is over in the dugout, giving his loud support of his guys for the Elmira Pioneers. 1-0 for Tubman. Look back over in case of a pickoff attempt to Adamo. That one is well outside. Buxton has to reach out to grab that one. It's 2-0. 6 pitches, 6 balls from Hudson so far. A single got Tyler Adamo on, the 5th hit of the day for the Pioneers. As the first baseman and Hossman plays on the infield grass. The throw. That one is low. Ball 3. 3-0 count for Jack Tubman. Hudson looking to get his sign for Buxton. He gets set. He looks. He steps. He throws. That one goes middle, as you can get for the first strike in 8 pitches. So now it's a 3-1 count against Jack Tubman. Adamo currently sits on second base. And first base sees Brett Baker. No outs. Bottom 6, Pioneers trail by 4. Have not scored since the first inning. The pitch. That one in there for a strike. Falls right into the zone. Tubman shakes his head like I've seen what he has. Now have to check on this full count pitch. 3-2 set. Hudson. The pitch. That one too high, ball 4. Tubman gets on. Bases are now completely loaded. Timeout is called by the manager for Geneva to have a mound visit. Wait and see until they give the official nod that a new arm's coming out. Talk to Hudson here. Because, once again, the right-hander is still on that mound in the bullpen, throwing. So currently, third base is occupied by Adamo. Second is occupied by Baker. First is occupied by Jack Tubman following the walk. Bases are completely loaded for Jalen Tidwell, who's coming up, who also had a home run in this contest. It was back-to-back from Tubman and Tidwell in the first inning. So it will be no pitching change. Still getting their guy warm because he only got out there 2 batters ago. And Astley is incredibly vocal over there. He's given all the energy for the Pioneers. Jalen Tidwell steps up now. He represents the tying run if the Pioneers can get on. No outs here. Hudson gets set. The first pitch. That one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards first base. Houseman gets it. He tries to throw over home. He does not throw. It's off target. All of a sudden, Baker's going to run on home. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Right there, the fielder's choice not in favor. It's going to be an error on the third baseman, but it scores 2 runs. It's 6-4, Geneva lead. Tying run is currently across the diamond at second base, and coming up to bat comes Alex Davis. What a sequence there. Trying to get the force play at home. Does not go because the throw's off target. Now Alex Davis steps up. He has a single and a fielder's choice on the day. So as I mentioned, Adamo scored, Brett Baker scored. He scored from second base. Still no outs here, bottom 6. Pioneers trying to come back. That one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards Slater at short. He throws it on over to first. Going to be held up there at third and second base is going to be Tubman and Tidwell. 1 out. The infield playing on the grass instead of the dirt. There is Nick Spanner steps up. He got on an error, but his stat line will read 0 for 2. A double play his last time. The good old 6-4-3 on that one. And Tidwell's moving to third. 2-0, 1 out. Here to Nick Spanner. That throw moves over and hits the strike zone. 2-1. No clouds in the sky right now. Clear blue skies as the sun begins to set even more. Hudson's throw. Spanner watches that one right in the zone for strike number 2. Two count to Nick Spanner. He represents. I thought he had the swim move that got his hand on in there. They rule, though, that the tag came in from Bermudez. But nonetheless, it's a double there from Spanner. A 2-run double at that. It ties this ball game up. And this is where the new arm will come in. We'll step aside as Hudson steps out. The bases are cleared. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. It's 6-6. Pioneers have scored 4 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom's South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Six to six here, bottom of the sixth inning, as the Pioneers have scored 4 in this one, following a Nick Spanner double that scored 2 runs in Jack Tubman and Jalen Tidwell to tie this one up. He was not able to extend it over to a triple, not able to get the swim move in there. So it's 2 outs on the board for the new arm. It's Dylan Abate stepping up here to take things forward for Geneva, following Hudson giving up those couple of runs. As Abate steps in here, the right-hander will have to go up against Michael Gardner to start things off. Trying to get this one through, as the Pioneers have scored 4 runs in this inning, following Geneva scoring 6 unanswered. For Abate, he's coming out of Bow, New Hampshire, by way of New England College. Trying to get this one through. Once again, Geneva's trying to get their 5th win on the season. Pioneers trying to go 3 games above 500 in this one. As I mentioned, coming up now is Michael Gardner. Looking around the PGCBL West Division right now, Auburn is currently leading Batavia 7-4. Trying to knock off the number 1 team in the conference. Top of the 6th, Jamestown currently leads over Niagara Falls. It's 12-1. Niagara Ironbacks, that's Niagara, Canada, currently leads over Newark 7-3. Michael Gardner gets ready to go here against the new right-hander with 2 outs on the board. It's an even ball game here. First pitch outside, ball 1. One-0 count coming for Michael Gardner, who so far on the day today has flown out to center field and also struck out. 1-0, that one outside, 2-0. A tight game here between these two sides. Maybe a little bit more than some people expected entering today. 2-0 count for Michael Gardner. Mid steps in pitches. That one's in the dirt and it gets past Buxton. 3-0 now coming up for Gardner. As the home plate umpire just tells the dugout to move over for Pioneers. 3-0 the count. 1 pitch away from walking here. Amen. Gets set. He had a very quick warm-up over in the bullpen for Geneva. That one's outside. It's ball 4. Michael Gardner will walk to get on. He extends his on-base streak to 7 games with that walk there. Pioneers have their leading run on first, as coming up to bat now will be A.J. Lugo. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out once. Trying to change that up to get this one going. Bottom 6, 4 runs scored by the Pioneers. Tied this ball game up. Now this 9-inning game here in the West Division of the PGCBL. Don Abad throws back over to first base. No chance. Gardner slides down and gets it. Still looking for the first pitch of the at-bat towards A.J. Lugo. Abad steps and deals. Gardner's going to run. The throw down over towards second base. It's not even going to be in time. That's going to be the 10th stolen base on the season for Michael Gardner. He entered into the day with 9. He was 10th in the PGCBL. You expect that number to go up with that stolen base there. As Lugo currently looks at a 1-0 count. Man in scoring position represents the lead for the Pioneers. Amat still has not thrown a strike in his relief appearance. Look back. He stares back there. He throws it. That one is well past the head of Lugo. Wild pitch comes in there by Abad. It moves Gardner over. So now Gardner sits on third base. The last stop before you get home to try and give the Pioneers the lead. Abad has still not thrown a strike since he's come in relief. He's thrown 6 pitches so far. Hopes not to throw one across again because that allowed Michael Gardner to get home. The 2-0 count with 2 outs. Going against A.J. Lugo. He gets the sign. He looks over towards third. Abad. 2-0, the delivery. That one's in the dirt. 3-0. It's going to be tucked there. Let's flip back over to Abad. The pitch. That's ball 4. 8 pitches, 8 balls. 2 men get on now for the Pioneers. So Ryan Jones will now step up. Looking to move through this one. Once again, still no strikes have been thrown. Pioneers trying to take the lead. They scored 4 runs already in this inning. Man sitting on third base is Michael Gardner. Two outs. The pitch. That one is high. 9 pitches, 9 balls so far. And for the Pioneers, they've been able to hold off. 1-0. 2 outs. The throw. That one is past Jones. Gardner's going to run his way home, and he's going to score the 7th run of the day for the Pioneers. It's 7-6, Pio's lead. 10 pitches. 10 balls, a talk between the two sides, between Gardner and the pitcher. 7-6, Pioneers lead. Lugo did get to second base there. There was a little bit of a step on the foot there from the sides. Once again, the new pitcher came in, has not thrown a strike yet. and that has allowed the Pioneers to score another run. It's 5 runs in the bottom half of the 6th here. They lead 7-6. Ryan Jones up to bat. The 2-0. Look back. The pitch. That one goes for the first strike on pitch number 11. Good spot there. Hit by the man on the mound. 2-1 the count coming for Ryan Jones. Pioneers take the lead here in the bottom half of the 6th, following 6 unanswered by Geneva. 2-1. The look back, the look forward, the throw. That one too high. 3-1. 3-1 count. Ryan Jones gets back in the box. He had a single earlier in this game. He gets ready. Pitcher gets set. Looks back over. The pitch on the 3-1, too high, ball 4. 13 pitches, only 1 strike. The hand comes out. It's going to be a brand new arm. We'll step aside here from Dunn Field. No outs recorded there, as it's a man on second, man on first here. Pioneers lead 7-6 on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Bottom 6, new arm on the mound for the Red Wings. It's Lane Whiting taking over duties following what was the last 3 batters that saw just 1 strike thrown in relief by A-Bat. Pioneers took the lead. They've scored 5 in this inning. For Whiting, it's going to be an uphill battle coming right now for him. This is going to be his 5th appearance on the season. He started in 2 games on the year. Thrown 4 innings. He's allowed 7 hits, 14 runs, and he's walked 15 men on the year. Have to see how the Pioneers attack him. It's coming up as Caleb Delaney, the right fielder, to take things forward. He's walked and had a fielder's choice here today. Let's see how he tries to attack this pitcher. 2 outs here. 7-6 Pioneers lead. They've scored 5 in the bottom of the 6th of this 9-inning game. On second base there is A.J. Lugo. On first is Ryan Jones. The first pitch, that one is too high, ball one. Hold up there by the batter in Delaney. Got the bat on his shoulder. 1-0. 1-0, the pitch. That one is hit off foul. Trying to track after that one is third baseman, but it's going to be a little too far out. 1-1. 1-1 count coming in now for Caleb Delaney. With two ducks on the pond. Trying to extend the Pioneers' lead. They're leading just by one right now. 7-6 over the Geneva Red Wings. Waiting gets set. He steps, he deals. That one's hit high into the air. It heads towards the outfield, and it's going to drop. Delaney continues to swing the bat, and he is going to score one run on his double. A.J. Lugo comes home from second. One-run double. It is now 8-6, Pio's lead. And they continue to eat up these relief pitchers. And now their lead is up to 2 as top of the order comes up in my lineup, and my score sheet now gets a little adjusted as Tyler Adamo will step up. He started things off with a single where he was able to round the base path. 2 outs here, man on second, man on third. Ryan Jones on third. Delaney on second. The first pitch, that one outside, ball one. Still trying to get the last out of this inning is the Red Wings. Hudson was able to get it in the first 2 outs, but not able to get the third. That one swung on a miss there by Adamo. He had a lot of swing on that one. Just trying to get a lot of power in that. 1-1. Look down towards home. Coming here from Wayne. The 1-1, the pitch. That one in there for a strike. It's a 1-2 coming for Adamo. Pioneers trying to extend the lead. Leading by just 2 right now. They want some cushion in this one. Richards was pitching well out of the bullpen. The pitch. That one's in the dirt. It goes past the catcher in Buxton, and Jones is going to walk his way home. Delaney turns as if he could go. He's not going to. It's 9-6, Pio's lead. Getting incredibly close to double digits. How this game has gone so far. The Pioneers scored 2 in the first inning. It was a back-to-back home runs by Jack Tubman and Jalen Tidwell. Then Geneva scored 6 through 3 innings. No one scored in the 5th. In the 6th, the Pioneers have scored 7. 2-2. The pitch. That one's hit high into the air by Adamo. It's well too far out. It's going to hit off the roof of the stand. Still remains 2-2. Adamo gets back over there. Buxton took the helmet off in terms of a chance to try and get it, but did not do so. Getting set there is Whiting. He steps, he deals. That one swung on a miss there by Adamo, and the Red Wings get out of the inning, but not before the Pioneers score 7. It's 9-6 here from historic Dunn Field. Geneva is coming up to bat next to try and cut this deficit here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Pioneers looking to continue their lead over the Geneva Red Wings. It's 9-6 following a 7-run bottom half of the 6th inning. Top 7 coming up now as Richards remains on the mound after he came in relief of Zach Nelson. And coming up to bat right now for the Geneva Red Wings, it's going to be Connor McGow, the top of the order, coming up now as Richards gets set. His first offering, that one's hit hard. It heads towards left field. Tubman's going to chase after it. He dives. Did he get the catch? They say he does. A diving play there by Jack Tubman to get the first out. He took 2 steps forward and leaped, made the catch. An argument's going to come in here from the Red Wings that it should not have been an out. That's going to be a tough one to make the argument that it's a review. There is no reviews here in the PGCBL. They ask a couple questions. Right now, McGow sits on second base. And it will remain an out. Great play there by Jack Tubman to get the first out. Putting his body out there to make the catch. He missed one earlier, able to get that one there. What a great play. Now up to bat comes Christian Bermudez. He's 0 for 3 on the day. The pitch, that one goes for a strike. And talk about a day here at Dunn Field. Jack Tubman has had one of those. The 0-1 offering, that one's high, ball 1. The home run to start things off, that play right there, making the catch. Something like what we saw in Auburn with Teddy Monahan. The 1-1. The pitch, that one's hit hard and foul. There by Bermudez. So the right-handed arm here of Richards continues to work, and he has not looked like he's slowed down. He's been able to keep things moving here. Only allowed a walk and a single so far. 1-2 coming up here. A step, the pitch. That one swung on a miss for strike number 3. That's the first K of the day for Richards. This ball goes into the outfield there on the throw around. Does not matter, though. 2 outs now coming up here. And it's coming up will be John Mendola. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Trying to build that up. The one hit was in the first inning when he got a single. 2 outs. The pitch. That one outside, ball 1. And for Mendola, just a tall individual that kind of extends the zone there, gives it more opportunity for Richards to work, but also allows for more power from the bat of Mendola. That one was fouled back, because when you have that length, you can get more muscle on the ball. It's a 1-2 coming up here. The pitch from Richards. That one swung on a miss for strike number 3. And he gets another strikeout. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Richards as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Pioneers lead at 9-6 here from historic Dunn Field. Bottom 7, an absolute beautiful sunset happening here at Dunn Field that I just went out and checked out. The nice purples in the sky getting through there. It's kind of faded away now, and I don't know how much the camera would be able to pick it up if I end up showing you. Maybe if you step outside, you can catch that beautiful sunset as we get things going here in this contest. Looking around the West Division of the PGCBL right now, Pioneers, of course, leading 9-6. But in the other games, 7-4 Auburn lead at the bottom of the 7th. They're from Falcon Park. 12-3, Jamestown leads over Niagara Falls at Niagara Falls. And Niagara, Canada, the Ironbacks lead over Newark, 9-3, bottom 7. It's bottom 7 here. And up to bat comes Brett Baker. He walked his last time up. It's extended his on-base streak to 11. As Whiting stays on the mound. That one is low, ball 1. There was a discussion in between the innings between the home plate umpire, Coach Drum, and Coach Burkhan. And what it seemed to be, and I saw, was a discussion about what was being said over in the dugout of the Pioneers. Don't hear Esley screaming out as much anymore. That one falls in there for strike 2. Following that 7-run bottom half of the 6th, the Pioneers took the lead in. They have a game tomorrow in Geneva. That one we originally thought was going to be a doubleheader due to the postponement has been reduced down to just a singular game. Too high, 2-2. The 2-2 count coming here against Brett Baker. Whiting trying to get the first out of this bottom 7. That one too high, ball 3. Full count now coming up for the center fielder. He bats .405 but does not have a hit today. 3-2. The pitch. That one hits off of Baker. He'll take his walk over towards first base. It's now Jack Tubman will step up to take this one further. He had that big catch in the start of the 7th. And once again, he started his day off with a home run. He walked last time in the 6th. Pioneers trying to put some more insurance runs on the board against Geneva. Whiting gets set. He throws. That one's inside. Ball 1. Stat line right now for the Pioneers, 9 runs, 6 hits, 5 errors. For Geneva, it's 6 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors. One-0 count. The pitch, that one is in there for a strike. Hits on top of the knee for the first strike of the at-bat. And the fans still remaining here at Dunn Field, getting excited for their squad following that big scoring inning last time. That one just a bit too high. 2-1. Brett Baker on first base. The pitch, that one's high. Baker's secondary lead does not send him going. Tubman now looks at a 3-1 count. He walked his last time up and played. Potential opportunity to do that again. The 3-1, the pitch, that one's fouled back. Full count now coming once again against the batter. When it was against Baker, he got hit by the pitch. Have to see what changes here for Jack Tubman. The 3-2 count. Whiting gets set. The payoff pitch. That one right down Main Street for strike number 3. And Whiting gets his second punch out of the day. One out here is now coming up for the Pioneers is going to be Jalen Tidwell. He got on last time following a first baseman error as he tried to throw home and ended up scoring 2 runs. So we'll go as a 0 in his stat line because it was a fielder's choice error. But he will get the 2 runs scored for him. Man on first, Brett Baker, 1 out. Whiting's first offering. That one is check swung foul. Or, excuse me, check swung strike. 0-1 coming for Tidwell. Have to see if Richards comes back out in the top of the 8th for the Pioneers. He's been having such a great job here. The throw is going to be a ball. The throw down towards Baker. It's going to hit off of him. It's going to be a stolen base for Brett Baker. An off-target throw. Now it's a man on second, a 1-1 count. And just that slow moving on the base path. What the Pioneers could do if they want to get towards double digits on the board. They'll look down. There by Whiting. Across the diamond is Brett Baker that Tidwell wants to bring. That one hits the corner for strike 2. 1-2 the count. A 9-6 Elmira lead here at historic Dunn Field. Catcher gets set, the throw. That one, strike 3 again. Back-to-back strikeouts that catch the batter looking. The 3rd punch out of the day for Whiting, and the 2nd out here in the bottom half of the 7th. Now coming up is going to be Alex Davis. One of the few people not to get on last inning. He hit one on the ground to the shortstop that then threw it over to first. Throw there for a strike. And last inning, he was the lone person to not have anything that could be recorded as a hit or a walk. Because the 3rd out came from a strikeout of Tidwell, who started off the inning. That one's hit on the ground. It heads throw, and it goes past the 3rd baseman there, and Bermudez. Running on home is going to be Baker. The throw over. It's an RBI single coming for Alex Davis, his second single of the day and his first run driven in. 10-6, Pios lead over the Geneva Red Wings. They hit the double-digit mark once again in this season. Off a nice single there. Back-to-back games, they've reached at least 10 runs. They got 14 in that game against Niagara, the second half of the doubleheader. Nick Spanner is up. Nick Spanner had a double that he tried to extend into a triple. He was tagged out at third base. Thought he got the swim move in there. Didn't end up doing so, but it did score 2 runs for the Pios. First pitch goes for a strike. First pitch strike coming here for Whiting. His 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 7th, and his 3 outs overall that he's gotten have been by way of the punch-out. The 0-1 offering, strike 2. 0-2 count coming here for Nick Spanner, who is 1 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs. The throw, that one swung foul, so Davis will have to go back over towards first base. Davis was absolutely sprinting there from first to second to try and get the stolen bag. We'll have to go back, though, and try it again following the foul ball. 0-2 count coming here against Nick Spanner. The throw. That one's hit hard, heads towards left field. Going back to try and track that one is going to be Marsh. He's not able to get his glove out there for that one. Davis is going to go round third. He's heading on over to home. The throw, the relay home, throw home. It's going to tag him in the inner part of the leg. He tried to duck over it. Not in time, though. Drum send of Davis is not going to work. It will be there a double for Nick Spanner, but it will be the third out. We head to the top of the 8th here. Pioneers lead at 10-6 over the Newark Red Wing, or over the Geneva Red Wings, excuse me. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, ServU Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom's South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top 8, still Richards remains on the mound for the Pioneers, and it's a 4-run lead. They're leading 10-6 over Geneva. Not able to score in the last time, but here it comes. Richards is going up against Michael Uji. First pitch, that one's hit on the ground. Foul. Uji had 2 punch outs in the top half of the, Richards had 2 punch outs in the top half of the 7th. Getting a little tongue-tied up here. 0-1 count coming for Uchi. The pitch, that one runs inside and hits Uchi. Hope that he's okay. And that fastball ran well to inside. And he'll go over to first base. Good to see that he's okay after that one. That was a very scary throw there. So man gets on first here for the first base runner of the inning. In the top of the 8th. Now up to bat, Noah Company. He has a single where he was able to run base, and he walked his last time up. Geneva just has 6 outs to work with. At bat to try and take down the Pioneers. And that pitch upstairs, ball 1. 1-0 pitch coming here to Noah Company. Mangalucci occupies first base following the hit by pitch. The throw, Richards pitch outside. He's had a little bit of difficulty going against these lefty batters. 2-0 now incoming. He's been trying to work the outer part of the plate against them, but it's just been getting a little bit off of his fingers and going too far out. 2-0 count. The pitch, that one, right down Main Street for strike number 1. Two 2-1 count. Now upcoming as he steps off. Company took his timeout. No outs here, man on first. Pioneers lead by 4. Following a 7-run inning in the bottom of the 6th and a 1-run inning bottom of the 7th. That one swung on a miss for strike number 2. Eight unanswered runs by the Pioneers so far. 2-2 count to Noah Company. Richards gets set. The pitch. That one. He tried to hit a breaking ball in there. It falls a bit outside. It's 3-2. Three-two count incoming. Here. Richards gets set. He's working from the stretch. The full count. The payoff pitch. That one swung on and missed there for strike number 3. Third strikeout coming for Richards. 1 out. Now up to bat comes Andrew Hossman, the first baseman in the contest. So far on the day, he is 1 for 3. He had a double that ended up scoring a run. Comes in here with 1 out and a man on. Richards continues to work. Pioneers bullpen does have a righty warming up. That one goes by Jones. Jones runs all the way back towards the backstop. It's going to move Uchi over to second base. He turns as if he could go for third. Jones has the ball, though. 1-0 count. Man on second base now, following a pass ball. Here in Houseman. His last time he was up, it was a grounder over to Adamo, who brought it over to Tidwell for the out. The 1-0 offering. The pitch. That one in there for a strike. His fastball pierces through there. 1-1. Sticks on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And 1 man on. As the spin of the bat there comes from Hossman. The look back. The throw. That one is fouled back. It'll be 1-2 now. The last 3 outs that Richards has recorded have all been a strikeout. We're going to make that 4 here. See, he gets back on the mound. And on the rubber. Looks down towards Jones to get his sign. 1-2. Gets set. from the stretch. The throw, that one. Strike 3, and he caught Hossman looking. Second strikeout there. And the second out of the inning here. As now it's 2 outs with a man on second base. And since that first batter got on, Michael Uchi on the hit by pitch, the Pioneers have been able to hold off, and Richard has been able to punch guys out. 2 outs up to bat is Jackson Slater. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. The pitch, that one's hit on the end of the bat. It goes over towards right field territory, but goes well too far right for a foul ball. Seems like every single time that he swings that bat, it gets a little bit nerve-wracking here at Dunn Field, because a single here could bring Uchi home, put the 7th run on the board for the Red Wings. 0-1 count coming here for Slater. Richards gets sad. Looks back over, maybe a Adamo to throw, but that one will be upstairs, ball 1. In case a pick-off attempt, Adamo is moving in. He's playing closer towards the bag on a left shift. Outfielders are set in their regular positions, so no full shift. Adamo moves back, no pickoff attempt. Uchi continues to dance. The throw, that one in there for a strike. It's a 1-2 now. One, two outs. Richard trying to get the 3rd out of the inning, and if he does so, it'd be 3 strikeouts following the hit batter. 1-2, the pitch. That one's hit high into the air and it goes foul. Backwards foul. Top of the 8th, 10-6 lead Pioneers over the Geneva Red Wings. Trying to keep the line moving is Richards. He's gone 3 2/3 so far. 1 out away from going forward, just as Nelson went to start things off. He looks down towards Jones to get his sign. Back there is Adamo in case of a pickoff attempt. The move by Uchi. The throw. The 1-2. That one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards Gardner at short. Gardner misplays the hop. The hop gets at him. And that will get a man on. It's going to be ruled an E6. That's just one of those hops you see here at Dunn Field. So now it's a man on third, man on first with 2 outs. And up to bat will come Ben Buxton, the catcher, who's had a little bit of work defensively with the past 2 pitchers that he's gone with. But on the day offensively, he's gone 2 for 3. Pair of singles and a fly out towards left field. 2 outs here, men on the corners. Richards gets set, he throws. That one goes outside, gets the clip of the zone, and gets the first strike. Another lefty batter here. As I mentioned, a little bit of struggle so far from Richards with lefty batters, but he's trying to hold on here. It's a 1-1 on the pitch outside. Against lefty batters, he tries to get them to chase. See if it continues to work. The 1-1. The offering. That one's hit hard. It heads towards right foul territory, though. It's going to hit into the bullpen of the Elmira Pioneers. 1-2 the count now. Coming against Ben Buxton. Entered into today with a 167 batting average. That will surely go up no matter the result of this at bat. The 1-2, the pitch. That one a little too low. Richards started walking off the mound like he had strike 3, but unfortunately does not get the call. It's a 2-2. Man on first, man on third. The pitch. That one's hit on the ground, and it's going to go past Adamo at second. 1 run will score for the Geneva Red Wings. Here with still 2 outs on the board. It's now 10-7. Pioneers lead. Man occupies first, and a man occupies second base. And it's coming up now following that single by Buxton, where he now goes to 3 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs. It's going to be Josh Ehlman. Mentioned before that he's still looking for his first hit. Has not gotten so far. He's gotten on base, but that's been by errors, so it will not count. That one's inside, ball 1. One-zero count coming now for Ehlman, who holds that bat up before he gets set there. The pitch, that one, too high. 2-0 now. The tying run at the plate for Geneva, with just 4 outs to work with through the next 8th and 9th inning. The pitch is a run over there at towards third base. The throw, is it going to be in time? It's not going to be in time. Slater will steal third base there. So now it's men on the corners. It's a 3-0 count coming in, as the fans voice their displeasure with the call. Looked like Slater was safe all the way. Correction on that. It's 2-1. They ruled that last one as a strike. So Richards gets set. The 2-1 offering. That one gets the zone for strike number 2. It's 2-2 count now. Once again, tying run out the plate. 10-7 lead by the Pioneers. First run that Geneva's scored as that one runs inside. Comes very close to hitting Ehlman. It does not do so. First run Geneva's scored since the 4th inning. But they scored 4 in that one. It's a full count now. Full count, 2 outs, 2 on. Man on third, man on first. Richards trying to get out of this one. The pitch, that one. Gets the corner, strike 3. That'll be the 3rd out. Richards able to punch out that one. And as we head to the bottom half of the 8th, the Pioneers lead by 3. It's 10-7 here from Elmira, New York. Tommy Sheets now takes the mound for the Geneva Red Wings, and let's take a peek at those standings one more time. And I'll go over what's happening around the PGCBL West Division right now. Auburn currently leads over the Muck Dogs 9-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Niagara leads over Newark 10-3 in the bottom of the 8th as well. And at the top of the 8th, Jamestown, their lead has been cut. Niagara Falls makes it just 6. It's 12-6 over there at Niagara Falls. Back here, it's a 3-run lead by the Elmira Pioneers. They win this one. They move to 9-6 on the season. Geneva would fall to 4-11 if the score stands. And Tommy Sheets, as I mentioned, is now pitching for the Red Wings. Pioneers with just 8 hits so far in the contest. Sheets gets ready to go. The righty-righty matchup. The first pitch. That one's hit hard by Gardner. It's going to drop in. It's going to be a single coming in for Michael Gardner. And even though he already extended his on-base streak earlier, a single will continue his ways. A good day for him so far. What's coming up now is going to be A.J. Lugo. First pitch swinging for a single. Pioneers attacking early on Tommy Sheets. Sheets looks down, looks back. Gardner was able to steal a base earlier. Got into the double digits of stolen bases. A throwback over, not in time. So they are concerned about him moving to second base. Sheets delivers. Lugo holds back. It goes past Buxton, and Gardner will move to second base. Another pass ball moves Gardner. He moved to third off of his walk and the stolen base from a pass ball. And then he ended up scoring on the pass ball. That led to a little chatting between him and the pitcher afterwards as they got tangled down at home plate. But Gardner was the leading run for the Pioneers. The 1-0 offering to Lugo. The pitch, that one is right there for a strike. Sheets gets his first strike of the day on his third pitch. 1-1 coming here. Gardner occupies second base. Pioneers lead by 3. They'll look back. The pitch, that one gets cornered for a strike. It's 1-2 now going against A.J. Lugo. And the corners have been the best friends of the pitchers here today. They generally are. But sometimes you don't see them get called as often. Today, that is not the case for either side. And Sheets continues to work. The 1-2 offering coming in right now. That one's a check swing hit. It goes over, and getting down and grabbing that one for the out is going to be Josh Allman. 1 out now down for the Pioneers following Michael Gardner's single. And now Ryan Jones will step up. He walked his last time up. And now, with 1 out, he did get a single on the day so far. He got that back in the 5th. Looking to continue to work here. Tommy Sheets wants to get 2 outs before the Pioneers can score, so it's an easier opportunity for his bats come the top of the 9th. Look back, the pitch. That one is right down the middle for strike number 1. So for Jones, he looks to continue to work. Once again, that hit was just an absolute smoker over towards left center, and it dropped on in. Let him get the first. The center fielder was able to grab it, though. The 0-1, that one fouled back. It hit off even that little check part of the swing by Jones. So now he sits in an 0-2. So he looks back inside that helmet, looks over towards Sheets, and gets ready to go back into this one. 0-2 for the catcher. As Tommy Sheets looks down towards his catcher of his own in Buxton. Shakes off one pitch. Agrees on the second called. 0-2 to Ryan Jones. Michael Gardner sits on second. The pitch. That one outside. Trying to frame that one up as Buxton. He does not get the call. 1-2. Coming in here. 10-7 ball game. Pioneers lead. Geneva down to their last 3 offensive outs. They have to get through the Pioneers and hope that they don't score any more to make it more difficult. 1-2. The pitch. That one is hit high into the air. It heads towards right field. Chasing after that one is going to be Noah Company. Makes the catch. Throws on the tagging up there, Michael Gardner. It goes past the third baseman, but Sheets does a good job backing up behind third base. 2 outs down now. Now coming up is going to be Caleb Delaney. With Michael Gardner currently sitting on third base. Delaney had a double his last time up. If he can hit something again, it would allow Gardner to score, and the Pioneers would be looking at a 4-run lead. Righty-lefty matchup coming up now. Delaney, a guy that bats lefty but throws righty. The pitch, that one's hit off the end of the bat. It goes over and it drops over the shortstop's head and heads towards left center. Delaney's going to put on his wheels. He's trying to get towards second base. The throw, not in time. Another double for Caleb Delaney. The hottest batter on the Pioneers continues to deal. And now it's an 11-7 lead for the Pios. RBI double coming for Caleb Delaney. And it's 11-7 as Tyler Adamo now comes back up to bat. A 4-run lead for the Pioneers. 4 is the largest amount that Geneva has scored in an inning this game. That was back in the 4th. As Adamo steps up for his 5th time. He swings on that one. He's well too early. That one's going to go foul. He's 1 for 4 on the day. He struck out twice and grounded out his first time up, but he has a single to his name in the 6th inning that he was able to score on. Oh, 1 incoming for Adamo. Sheets just trying to get this last out. He gets set. Looks back over. The pitch. That one's in the dirt outside. Delaney's going to run. The throw over down to third. Not in time. Delaney's got his stolen base. His first stolen base of the season. Caleb Delaney gets it here. And as Coach Drum fixes up that bag for him. The 12th run for the Pioneers is just waiting on that last stop before home. 1-1 against Tyler Adamo. Go over. The pickoff attempt not in time. Adamo gets the right hand underneath there. See, he starts getting all the dirt out of his that was piled up on his jersey. Still waiting for the first pitch of his at-bat is Brett Baker. Righty-lefty matchup. Once again, the pitch. That one runs inside. Ball 1 from Sheets. 5-run lead by the Elmira Pioneers over the Geneva Red Wings after they were down at one point 6-2. But then it was a 7-run bottom half of the 6th inning, a 1-run bottom half of the 7th, and a 2-run Bottom half of the 8th. 2-0 lead. 2 outs. Here for Brett Baker. Tyler Adamo right across the diamond from him. Good Community Services. McDonald's. Papa John's. Pathways. Pinecroft. Rodney J. Strange. Serve Pro. Serve You Credit Union. Sheddens. Solutions Credit Union. Southern Tier Custom Fabricators. Susan Minchin Dentistry. Swan Morse Insurance. Texas Roadhouse. Tom South Corning Collision. The United States Army. The United States Navy. Vasco Brands. Wegmans. Wise Markets. Well Now Urgent Care. WETM. Wiggle 100. And Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top 9, Richards returns to the mound, just needing 3 more outs to get the win and give the Pioneers 3 games above 500. Geneva's down to just 3 outs to work with. It is a pinch hitter coming in here for the Geneva Red Wings. It's going to be a new guy coming out now for them. J.C. Gamble. I mentioned how he wasn't in the lineup to start things off. He has the most hits of the Geneva Red Wings. Occupies first base. McGo on the day. This is his 5th time stepping up. He got hit by the pitch in the 4th inning, but nothing else to show for him. 0-1, the throw. That one, check foul. They are 0-2. 0-2 count, no outs. J.C. Gamble has his lead over at first. Richards throw. That one's hit high in the air, foul. There by McGo. Two flyouts today by McGo. A strikeout, and then, of course, hit by pitch. The throwback over attempt does not go. Sidwell steps out of the way and throws it back over to Richards. Luke Richards has thrown 4 innings today. Throw. That one's hit hard. It heads towards left field. Tubman's going to run in and attack that one. He makes the grab. Going back over to first is going to be J.C. Gamble. That's the first out. One out here. Now up to bat. It's going to be Christian Bermudez. He has 3 strikeouts on the day. Not looking to get his 4th for the Golden Sombrero. The first pitch, that one's high. Ball 1. As the fans continue to chant here to get the Pioneers into this one, to get the last 2 outs here on Chemung Canal Trust Night. The pitch, that one's upstairs, ball 2. 2-0 count. Here against Bermudez. We'll look back over. The set from Richards. He throws. That one is hit foul. It's 2-1. J.C. Gamble once again on first base. He got on by way of an E5. Two one, 1 out. Richards throw. That one's well too high. Now, Pioneers just 1 out away from getting their 9th win on the season. As up to bat is John Mendola. A single to start things off in the first, has not been able to piece much together after the fact. See how that changes here. That one swung on the ground. It heads over to Tidwell. Tidwell drops down, and he's going to take his steps over to first, and that's going to be the win for the Pioneers. They win game number 9 on the season, 12-7 over the Geneva Red Wings here at Dunn Field, and now they look around the league to see where they can keep on moving because they sit 3 games above 500. Big win today. Some question marks still remain for the squad, however, in terms of the fielding. Jacob Rose. Our statistician for today, Ethan the Turtle Franklin. And for me, I'm Anthony Lamate saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow.